sold only at Sears.
Bill Fleming along with Lee Groscup back at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. Here's how the first quarter went.
And one thing that really stands out there, Bill, is that Auburn got 47 total yards to Colorado's 3. And as you mentioned, let's accentuate the positive. It's just been a very tough defensive struggle.
I think the only slip that Auburn made was when they let Teworth get behind him, but he dropped the ball. Second down, 10 to go. The ball on the 12. Linderman tries to crash through and gets his nose just about to the 10-yard line, and he is forced back by Mark Cooney, number 73, and Billy Drake, number 51. Just short of the 10-yard line, but the ball, as you can see, is almost in the geometric center of the field from the sidelines. Auburn determined they're going to get at least 3 out of this drive after the interception. Each team having 1 turnover. An Auburn fumble recovered by Colorado, but they couldn't do anything with it. And now Auburn intercepted the Colorado pass, and they still have possession. Watley looks, batted down, and number 51 coming through there was Billy Drake. So each team has batted one of the opponent's passes down before it could get airborne.
Auburn going that time to that double tight end offense that we discussed earlier. Play action pass. Again, a fine defensive play by the Buffaloes.
Auburn ranked 6th in the nation, Colorado 13th. You'll see the number 2 team in the country, Oklahoma, tomorrow night against number 5 Penn State, the pride of the East, in the Sugar Bowl game. That's coming up on ABC New Year's Eve. And here now is Gardner Jett to try for a field goal. He missed one earlier from 52 yards. This one will be from 27 yards out. It's up and it's perfect. So Auburn Tigers have taken the lead over the favored Colorado Golden Buffaloes. It's 3-0. We've just begun the second quarter of play, and we'll be back with more in a moment.
They're always looking for someone to take your place, but I don't think they made that fella yet. And I like to compete, and I like to win, and I think that's the reason I'm still playing the game. And around our team, they refer to me as the old man, but I know I can compete with the kids on the field, and I think I can compete with them off the field, and that's where Brute comes in. It stays with you, it hangs in there. I use it, I like it.
Brute by Fabergé. After shave, after shower, after anything.
Is tomorrow the morning you break an old habit? When you stop to think, what good are 2 edges if you can only shave with 1 at a time? Schick puts both edges on your side. The Schick Super 2. 2 super chromium edges working together for a close, comfortable shave. The Schick Super 2. It's enough to make you break an old habit.
Man could really fly back there is Ozell Collier, number 23, waiting for the kick.
He
Auburn's
can indeed.
Kick will be Chris Wilson.
He can indeed, because he's a 9.4 sprinter in the 100-yard dash.
Colorado trailing 3-0 by virtue of a 27-yard field goal by Gardner Jett. Short kick. Taken by Gary Campbell. He somersaults his way to about the 23-yard line. 15-yard return, and the Golden Buffaloes will go to work against the stubborn Auburn defense.
Gary,
go ahead, there.
Gary Campbell, who returned that kickoff, was one of the heroes of the Oklahoma upset. He came in and replaced Charlie Davis momentarily in that game and got off a long touchdown run.
2 men in the eye are Matthews ahead of Davis. Keyworth is out to the left. Marker down as Matthews grinds through to the 27-yard line, but they may have had a little motion there. Benny Sibley made the stop for Auburn, number 78.
Bo Matthews, the fullback, is a big guy who rushed for over 700 yards and 4 touchdowns this last season. And with Auburn keying on Charlie Davis, don't be surprised if Bo Matthews starts getting the football.
Illegal motion. So they chalk off the 5 yards, and Colorado has a 1st and 15 on the Colorado 18-yard line. During the year, Johnson only was intercepted 8 times, which is a statistic that perhaps is even more revealing. How steady he was. Bob Newton making the stop on Charlie Davis. Newton, number 76, twin brother of Bill Newton, who plays at linebacker for Auburn.
Ken Johnson also got over 300 yards in the rushing department, and he's a good runner.
It's second down. 14 yards to go, and Colorado still trying to get untracked on the offensive side, trailing 3-0. Sansby forces the fumble and is covered by Auburn. Eddie Welch got the ball, but Sansby was the one, number 93, who really crashed into the ball carrier.
Let's watch Danny Sansbury, number 93, who's made some big plays this season for Auburn. Forces the fumble, and now the Tigers have field position.
And Eddie Crowder, the coach of Colorado, stomping it on the sidelines, very upset with that one, because Auburn now has the ball on the Colorado 16-yard line. Everybody moving and flags all over the place. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happened. There were so many people moving. While they're discussing it, let me remind you that 1973 promises to be another big year for ABC's Wide World of Sports. We'll begin this new year next Saturday with the Hula Bowl live satellite from Hawaii. I think really that's one of the most outstanding array of all-stars ever in the history of football. Every top All-America player will be in the Hula Bowl, including the Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Rodgers. Chris Schenkel, Bud Wilkinson, and O.J. Simpson will be on hand. Then on Saturday, January the 13th, it's the exciting Harlem Globetrotters making their debut on Wide World of Sports. So we hope you'll join us for the next couple of weeks. And now with the 1st and 15, the penalty against Auburn. Watley, tipped, incomplete. Second down, 15 to go. Part of the sellout crowd here today to watch the Auburn Tigers and the Colorado Golden Buffaloes. The score 3-0, Auburn out in front. And now Auburn has a 2nd and 15 on the 21-yard line.
And in this obvious pass situation, their tendency has been to go to their split end. For the most part, number 44, Sandy Cannon, whose favorite routes are the curl-in and the sideline.
All right, they've just sent in Dan Nugent as a tight end, number 80, sophomore. Quick pitch. Here goes Henley outside, out of bounds on the 16-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. Bud Magram doing the chasing along with Cullen Bryant. Placed on the 15.5. Well, a 3rd and 9, and the strategy before was to move the ball over to the other side of the field to try to get it into good position.
Let's check the pursuit of number 16, Cullen Bryant, the All-American defensive back for the Colorado Buffaloes. He knows where the football is. He intercepted 7 passes this season, and he has great strength, as I pointed out earlier.
3rd down and 9. Gossam to the right. Watley going to pass. Throws it. Henley's got it on the 3-yard line. Terry Henley falling forward to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal to go for Auburn.
A look from the end zone and a good play-action pass. Here's the fake by Watley. Comes back. Terry Henley has circled out of the backfield now and sits down in the open area just in front of Cullen Bryant. That's a look at Cullen Bryant from a different viewpoint.
1st and goal to go. The ball on the 2.5-yard line. Gossam sprints out wide to the left. Auburn now 4 chances to go, 2.5 yards. Henley cracks to the 1. Auburn has really surprised this Colorado defense today as Billy Drake made the stop to save the touchdown. It's 2nd down. The ball exactly on the 1-yard line with Auburn out in front, 3-0. 12 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the first half. From the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, the first time these two teams have ever met. And Auburn has drawn first blood and now is threatening again. Watley, the sophomore quarterback, on the sneak, hits a touchdown. His first college touchdown. And he gives Auburn a 9-0 lead. Watley is a 6'3", 200-pound sophomore from Tuskegee, Alabama. And now Gardner Jett will try the extra point. Dave Beck holding. It's perfect. And Auburn has a 10-0 lead over Colorado, and we have exactly 12 minutes to go in that drive of 16 yards in 5 plays. Took only a minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Back in a moment.
So much life to be lived, so much to be tried, and when you share it you get a special feeling inside. It's a full-time thing, the kind of life that you lead, a little break from it all is the break that you need. You deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's. Deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's.
From the end zone of the Gator Bowl, you can see Collier on the goal line, and then you can see the other Colorado men deployed upfield as Colorado will get ready to receive the football after being stunned by Auburn. It's 10-0. Collier has to stay deep now. He is upset at the 16-yard line. Lee Carpenter, number 41, got a knee on him. Well, that's what we gave you a moment ago. A minute and 20 seconds elapsed after Danny Sanspree forced the fumble that Eddie Welch recovered, and it didn't take long for Watley to take him in.
Watley's done quite a job so far. Both his play calling, his ball handling, and also his passing, I think, has been exceptionally sharp.
Colorado with 2 turnovers, Auburn with 1, and Colorado trailing 10-0. Good hole for Bo Matthews, who gets 5 quick ones. Bill Newton, number 56, making the stop. Number 99 there was Welch, defensive end.
You know, Wade Watley was asked how he felt being thrust into a situation like this, a pressure situation replacing Randy Walls. And I'll tell you about that right after this play.
Second down, about 5. Not much on that.
Wade Watley said that the game plan wouldn't be any different with him in there or if Walls was in there, and he said the main thing, he was just going to have to go out and play some football. That's what he's done so far today.
Well, that's been a good philosophy that Auburn has adopted this year after losing Pat Sullivan and Terry Beasley. Sullivan, the Heisman Trophy winner, and Beasley, the All-American receiver. They knew that they didn't have any outstanding stars as such. It's been a real team effort all the way. 3rd down and 2. Big play for the Buffs. And Ken Johnson thinks it's big enough to talk over. Calling timeout. That means that Colorado will only have 2 timeouts left. Auburn will have 3. And now Ken goes over to talk to Eddie Crowder in his 10th year as the head football coach, former great at Oklahoma, under Bud Wilkinson as a quarterback and then as an assistant coach. He's incidentally going to be a co-coach with Frank Broyles in the Hula Bowl game coming up on ABC next Saturday.
My goal as an individual to be financially independent as a single woman. I am very bullish on America.
Jack Whitaker for Merrill Lynch. I've been asking people here in Houston if they're bullish on America. So far, most of them seem to be. But But different people have different investment problems.
I'm very bullish at this time. I'm retired, and investment is what I live on.
My biggest financial challenge would be making sure that these two girls of mine, 10 and 14, get a good education, which is, as you know, becoming more expensive all the time.
Different people, all bullish on America, but with different investment problems. That's why Merrill Lynch has 29 different ways to invest, and common stock is just one of them. Ask Merrill Lynch which ways they think are best for you. Merrill Lynch, 29 ways to help you share in America's growth.
Lee, it's a little bit unusual to see an experienced quarterback like Johnson get up to the line and then call timeout with 3rd and 2. It would seem a kind of an obvious situation, but maybe it isn't because of the defense.
Well, Auburn does a lot of jumping around defensively. They give you mostly a 4-man look. Sometimes they only have 2 down linemen, and perhaps he was confused by something he saw defensively.
All right, 10:52 to go in the first half, and Colorado trails 10-0. Johnson kept the ball, and I believe he's short of the first down. Eddie Welch, number 99, and number 76, Bob Newton, made the stop. And Johnson on the keeper. If he makes it, it's going to be by a ripple of the pigskin. Colorado still hasn't made a first down. We're into the second quarter.
That's remarkable.
It is by fractions. So Ken Johnson goes back in the huddle with a first down on the 26-yard line. 10 minutes, 33 seconds to go in this first half. Great halftime. Both bands are here today, Auburn and Colorado. They've been working for 4 solid weeks on their halftime shows. Here's Bo Matthews for the first break of the ball game for Colorado. The longest game that they've had to the 41-yard line. A quick burst of 15 yards. And Mike Neal tipped him up, or he might have gone on the way.
Bo Matthews, number 41, the big 230-pound fullback, gets a great hole on a quick-hitting trap play up the middle. He rushed for over 700 yards this last season. And as we mentioned, with Auburn keying on Charlie Davis, he may be a key man.
All right, the second first down now consecutively. Matthews is stopped for about a foot by Benny Sibley from Blunsville, Alabama. Number 78. Might not have had that ball just exactly where he wanted it. Nobody has really been outstanding today as far as statistics are concerned on the Colorado side. Auburn has defensed them well. 42-yard line, still in Colorado territory. Second down and 9. The Buffs trail 10-0. On the draw, Charlie Davis gets outside. Nice pursuit. He kept shrugging him off, as you could see, but another wave would come up, and they finally ran him out of bounds with Bill Newton getting credit for the tackle. Number 56, Charlie Davis, getting it to about the 43-yard line. Let's pause now for 5 seconds for local station identification.
3rd and 7. Outside.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Ozell Collier has gone in as the wide receiver. He's number 23, replacing John Keyworth. They may go to him. Johnson looks, throws too high, and is almost intercepted. Mike Neal got his hands on it, but couldn't hold it. And that brings up a 4th down situation for Colorado. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the first half. And the Buffaloes have continually been frustrated in this first half of play. Johnny Simmons trotting back as the single safety man as John Stearns is in to do the punting. 4th down on the 43. Stearns gets it off on a fair catch called for by Simmons at the 21-yard line. 36-yard boot. Well, again, a reminder about tomorrow night, and we extend to you an invitation to join us here on ABC for our New Year's Eve party in the form of a great football game, the Sugar Bowl game from New Orleans, with the Oklahoma Sooners with Greg Pruitt and company against Penn State's Nittany Lions. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, here on ABC. We can guarantee you lots of fun. The Sugar Bowl Classic in New Orleans, Oklahoma and Penn State, number 2 and number 5 in the nation. Chris Linderman is now on the backfield for Terry Henley, and he gets a couple of yards. Bud Magram making the stop. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half.
Once again, let's check number 71. Big Bud Magram, the All-American who led his team in tackles this year, sheds a blocker and gets his shoulder pad right up in the sternum. He'll remember him.
Ball on the 23.5-yard line as Auburn leads 10-0 here over Colorado. Watley giving to Linderman. Gets a couple of more. Wade Watley, the quarterback of Auburn, in for the injured Randy Walls, has scored a touchdown and has led his team to a 10-0 lead. That's a reminder here that basketball isn't very far away, as the Harlem Globetrotters will make their debut on ABC's Wide World of Sports on January the 13th. Hope you'll join us 2 weeks from today. Of course, next week we certainly want you to be with us for the Hula Bowl game via satellite from Honolulu. Here's Linderman, first down, and he gets to almost the 40-yard line. Warren Richardson making the swap. And Chris Linderman showing the kind of speed that he did against Georgia when he substituted for the injured Terry Henley and started that game and was named the offensive player of the game. Gets it up to the 39-yard line.
And again, the advantage of a double tight end offense, being able to run the blast play either to the right or the left with that extra blocker.
And did you see the block that Mac Lorendo, number 77? He's the second from the top of your screen on the line, the down lineman. Here's Linderman going to the other side, as you suggest, Lee, getting to the 45.
Blast left, blast right. Linderman now has 9 carries for 39 yards, and I would think that would make him the top ball carrier out there on the field.
It's second down, about 5. Auburn out in front, 10-0. We're in the second quarter with 6:15 to go. Quick pitch out to Linderman. Still managed to get a couple, even though he was trapped. Brought down by Randy Geist, number 15. Gossam going back, number 49, to say something to the quarterback, Watley. Rusty Fuller, number 33, is the fullback. A 27-yard field goal and a touchdown after recovering a fumble. That's been the difference so far as Auburn leads 10-0. Wow, there comes Stearns and hits him hard at the 47-yard line. Rick Stearns. These are young men who are from, I believe, one of the outstanding high school teams.
For some excitement, here is Scorpio. number, but a flat. A change of pace. Where's the love? Ladies and gentlemen, the Auburn University Marching Band. And now, the symbol of the Auburn spirit to Auburn fans everywhere. War Eagle!
And as the band leaves the field to that cry of War Eagle, all Auburn fans everywhere can thrill to that battle cry because they are out in front by the score of 10-0. Another reminder here that tomorrow night we're going to be greeting you with black tie from the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans for the annual Sugar Bowl Classic, the first time ever on New Year's Eve, Oklahoma and Penn State. And we certainly hope you'll join us here on ABC at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time for that great football game between the Sooners and the Nittany Lions. Chris Schenkel, Bud Wilkinson, and I will be on hand along with all of our ABC crew, and we invite you to our New Year's Eve party then. Just to give you an idea of some of the players you'll be seeing in action, let's take a look, first of all, at the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Their senior quarterbacker is a man by the name of John Hufnagel. And here we see him in action. Where's number 16? Throwing to Scott Skarzinski, wide receiver. A big, strong end who can really catch the football. Now the tight end is Dan Natale. Dan wears number 84, and this is Skarzinski on the second catch. Natale was the leading receiver on the Penn State team this year as the tight end. And here he is for the TD. Now for the Sooners of Oklahoma, Dave Robertson pitching it back, and of course you know who this is. Yes, sir, number 30, Greg Pruitt. Nobody in college football ever has, or perhaps ever will, carry a football quite as out in the open as Greg Pruitt. Here he just backs into the end zone. Seldom have we seen a player with more bursting speed. It'll be a long time before we see a runner as exciting as Greg Pruitt. And here he is again, and you'll see him tomorrow night as Oklahoma takes on Penn State at 9 o'clock Eastern Time in the Sugar Bowl Classic in New Orleans. The City of Jacksonville float is coming by here, an old stern wheeler, steamboat that reminds us how important the steamboat was really to the city of Jacksonville here on the St. Johns River years ago. And the Queen, Miss Marcia Riggs, is on the bow of the boat. And there are the ladies of her court on the sides. Maybe we'll get a good look at Marcia, the lovely Queen, as the big boat goes down into the south end zone. Combined bands of Auburn and Colorado forming an A and a CU on the football field. Strangely enough, they both have the same fight song. Glory, glory, Colorado, and glory to Auburn. The Gator Bowl is being brought to you by Motorcraft, a complete line of quality automotive parts from Ford. Motorcraft helps keep you off the hook. By McDonald's. You deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's. By Williams Electric Shave. You'll really get a close shave, comfortable shave, when you use electric shave. And by United States Tobacco Company, importers of Borkum Riff pipe tobacco in 3 beautiful flavors from Sweden. And we'll be back after this pause for station identification.
A man plans his own kidnapping on the FBI tomorrow night.
Keep this one on. Let's get a shot of Ralphie. We haven't seen Ralphie yet. Here he is. Well, here's Ralphie out on the field. The mascot the Buffaloes, a 900-pound buffalo. Ralphie, incidentally, is a girl.
That is the beast who reduced Keith Jackson to rubble out in Boulder. As we look at the halftime stats, Auburn again having the edge in total yards, but not nearly as drastically as after that first quarter. Now 96-73. They have held on to the ball quite a bit more. Time of possession is 17:20 to 12:40. And in total offensive plays, however, Colorado has 39 to Auburn's 32.
Mike Neal of Auburn, the captain of the team, has his option now since Colorado won the toss to begin the game. They took the ball. Auburn has its option at halftime. They take the football, and so will receive it. So the Golden Buffaloes of Colorado trailing 10-0 to the Tigers of Auburn here, the first meeting that these two teams have ever had on the football field. For Auburn receiving the ball, this is the starting offensive line. David Langner is back, along with Mike Fuller in the deep spots to receive this kick. Fuller is number 20. David Langner, who returned 2 blocked punts against Alabama for touchdowns to upset the Southeastern Conference champions, is there, number 28, on the left side. Here comes the Colorado Golden Buffaloes getting ready to kick off. Again, we apologize to you for losing our picture for a portion of our second quarter here. Again, it was something we had nothing to do with and had no control over. It was simply a switching and technical problem with the phone company in New York. And we apologize to you for losing our picture, but we're glad we have it back, and we hope that we can continue to have it for the rest of this ball game. Fred Lehman will kick off. The NCAA kick scoring leader, 7.3 points per game, and you notice he has a bare foot. His kicking foot is bare as he tees up the ball. So the Colorado defense now will have to dig up that football against Auburn, as Auburn has a 10-0 lead, and here we go. Timekeeper has delayed the game momentarily because the scoreboard has not clicked off to 15 minutes showing, and it's simply a technical timing problem. But it's a nice mild night here in Jacksonville. The Auburn backfield, once they get moving, will be this way with Wade Whatley, the quarterback, and then either Lindner or Henley at the tailback spot, then Rusty Fuller and Tom Gossett. Here we go. Short kick, angling over toward the other side of the field, bounces on the 13-yard line, and Mike Fuller, number 20, gets back to the 30, Goes to the 38-yard line, and he's bounced out of bounds by Fred Lima, the man who kicked the ball off. 25-yard return on that.
Auburn ran mostly with a double tight end offense in the first half, and the big play was the tailback blast off tackle.
First down, the ball on the 37-yard line. Auburn got all of its 10 points in the second quarter. The lead 10-0. Auburn in the navy blue jerseys with the burnt orange stripes, white numerals, white headgears. No gain as Bud Magram, number 71, the big middle guard linebacker, comes through to knock him down. And Terry Henley was the one who got no gain.
Let's check Terry Henley, the tailback for Auburn, having a little collision with number 71, Bud Magram, the middle guard for the Colorado Buffaloes. He did this 111 times during the regular season.
Second and 10. Henley tries to go outside, gets a couple. In fact, gets up to about the 42-yard line, where he's spilled by number 73, Mark Cooney, who's been very much in evidence here today, along with Lauren Richardson, number 27. Auburn has been a team all year long that has capitalized on the other team's mistakes, and they certainly have done it today, taking both turnovers of Colorado and converting them into scores. One a field goal, the other a touchdown and an extra point. Third down and 5. Watley on a third down, fires complete. First down at the 46-yard line to Mike Gates, the tight end, playing behind Rob Spivey. On the 45-yard line.
Check the curl-in pass by tight end Mike Gates, who lines up on the left this time, goes down 12 yards, simply curls in. Watley again right on target.
Randy Walls may have a hard time getting that job back. They're both sophomores, and they'll be juniors, of course, next year. They may have a real scrap for that starting quarterback role. Here's Terry Henley getting 4 or 5 quick ones. Getting down to about the 41-yard line before he's stopped by Bud Magram.
Terry Henley's been held pretty much in check today. He's carried 12 times for only 9 yards, but he seems to be getting on track here in the second half.
Well, he's had a good replacement, too, in Chris Linderman. Terry, I don't think, has fully recovered from the injury that he suffered in the Florida game, and he's been coming back little by little each week, but he's not quite 100%. Second down, 6. At the 41 of Colorado, Auburn on the move, leading 10-0. Watley finds an opening, and he's hit by Colin Bryant. There's a marker down on the play at the 37-yard line.
Watley,
12 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Well, some great wide worlds coming up for you in the next couple of weeks. The Hula Bowl game coming up next Saturday. That'll be from Honolulu via satellite. And then the Harlem Globetrotters on Saturday, January the 13th.
Let's check the work of Colin Bryant, number 16, defensive back for the Colorado Buffaloes, who sniffs out the counter option play and gets into the backfield to make contact with Wade Watley, number 15. Official attendance for today's game, 71,114.
The offside penalty costing 5. It's second down and 20. At the Auburn 45, quick pitch to Henley. Chasing him there, number 73 is Cooney. And coming up to make the stop is number 64, Lenny Schufo. Third down, about 25 to go. Be pretty hard to make it 5 out of 10 here, won't it? But third down at 25, statistically anyway, it's kind of a tough proposition. 11 minutes, 49 seconds to go in this third quarter, and Auburn has a 10-0 lead over Colorado. Watley back, good protection, nobody rushing. Now they close in on him. From behind, he is pulled down. Good pursuit by Mark Cooney from Denver, number 73. And that brings up a fourth down situation. David Beverly going into the lineup.
What a day Mark Cooney's having, number 73, who got 95 tackles for the Buffaloes during the season. He's been tough both against the run and the pass today.
Going back is Cullen Bryant, number 16, playing in place of one of the injured players. Fair catch called for at the 30. So Colorado will take over the football at the 30-yard line, trailing by the score of 10-0. And we'll be back for their offensive series.
You know, to get the best electric shave possible, your beard should be as dry as possible. What you don't know is you've got to wet it first. And that's where Williams Electric Shave comes in. You see, your face is loaded with moisture. And the special ingredients in Electric Shave Dryer to set up your beard for close, easy cutting with less friction and irritation. So, to get a really close, comfortable electric shave, get a really dry beard. Wet it first. With Electric Shave.
Last year, we split a diamond in a Mercury Marquis to prove how smoothly it rides. This year, we've polished Mercury to a new brilliance, completely restyled it for 73, even refined its famous ride. And now Mercury's the only medium-priced car with steel-belted radial tires standard. It not only rides like a gem, it looks like one. Mercury Marquis, built better to ride better. At the sign of the cat.
Bill Fleming along with Lee Groscup back at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Colorado Golden Buffaloes, trailing by the score of 10-0. And you have to respect this Auburn defense. You know, they held Alabama scoreless in the second half. They've held Colorado scoreless in the first 2 quarters. That's 4 quarters against superior competition. Not superior to them necessarily, but I use it only as an adjective.
I think that we should restate to anyone who might be joining us late that Auburn came into this game today as an 11-point underdog. But that's nothing new for them. They have been playing the underdog role all season.
And they like it.
They do.
Second down, about 5. Colorado trailing here 10-0 in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the 35-yard line. Johnson gives it off to Davis, and again he is throttled at the line of scrimmage by Bob Newton, number 76. Danny Sansbury, number 93, getting up there.
You know, I think you made a good point earlier that when Auburn lost Sullivan and Beasley, their guys realized that collectively they were going to have to hang together and that they were going to have to do it as a team, and that's what they've done this season.
Can you believe that Davis has only gained 3 yards all day on 11 carries? Good fake by Johnson. Comes outside to the 37. Quick reaction by Bill Newton and Bill Luke. Saved any further gain, makes it 3rd down. Check that 4th down. That was a 3rd down situation.
And in this 4th down situation, remember that Bad Dude Stearns, number 12, the punter, has run from punt formation.
Well, Colorado needs that spark right now. They need something to happen. They're trailing 10-0 in the 3rd quarter, and the time keeps moving away from them. Nice high kick, forcing Langner back, lets it bounce. I don't believe it was touched by anybody. It's kind of dangerous when that ball is bouncing around down there. It was covered by a Colorado